Just in case. I'll just exit one more time.
Hi everyone! Maraming salamat.
Okay. Let me know when we're gonna start.
I think we could get everyone in now.
Aking adhika, makita kang sakdalaya.
Joseph, we can start. Sorry, I'm gonna let people in.
Makita kang sakdalaya. Kay sarap mabuhay sa sariling bayan, kung walang alipin at may kalayaan. Ang bayang sinisil, pabangon lalaban din. Ang silang ay pupula sa timyas ng paglaya. Ibon mang may layang lumipad, kulungin mo at umiiyak. Bayan pa kayang sakdal dilag, ang di magnasang makaalpas. Pilipinas kong minumutya, pugad ng luha at dalita. Aking adhika, makita kang sakdalaya. Aking adhika, makita kang sakdalaya.
Bayang mabiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyat ka ng magiging, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong butaw, may nilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislat ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di manililig. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Go ahead, Kuya Ray.
Hello, good evening, mga kababayan. Welcome to our Town Hall, Sambayan USA Town Hall meeting, our People's Agenda. Sa mga kababayan here in the US, good evening. At sa mga kababayan in the Philippines, good morning. This is our second Town Hall meeting, and we welcome everyone to this good discussion that we're going to have today.
Hi everyone! Maraming salamat sa Isang Bayan for organizing today's town hall. Sabi ko nga, kailangan natin pakinggan ang kapwa at magkaisa if we truly want to achieve yung mga goals natin. Kaya masaya ako na meron kayong mga ganitong conversations kasi it keeps all of us on the same page at mas maitutulak natin yung mga issue na dapat tinututukan natin and what we as a people can do to achieve this. pinapatunayan ninyo ang lagi nating sinasabi. Solidarity paves the way forward. Sobrang nakakataba ng puso makita na hindi ako nag-iisa sa laban na ito. Araw-araw, talagang mas dumadami tayo nagkakapit-bisig, humahakbang at nagmamahal. At habang tumatagal, lalo ring umiigting ang lakas na dumadaloy sa bawat isa. Kayo mismo ang patunay nito. This will fuel our movement forward. At dahil kasama namin kayong lumalaban, wala akong duda na magtatagumpay tayo. Muli, salamat sa inyong lahat at ingat kayo lagi. Hi everyone!
Alright. Hello po. Good evening. My name is Yves. Ako si Yves Nibungko, isa po sa mga coordinator ng Isang Bayan USA. Thank you po sa pagdalo today. Naka-livestream din po tayo at pinapanood po ng mga kababayan natin, no, at yung mga chapters natin dito sa US. So today po, we're fortunate to have Deputy Governor Diwa Gonigundo, isa po sa mga conveners ng Isang Bayan. And to just to introduce po yung special speaker natin. So si Sir Diwa C. Gonigundo is Deputy Governor for the Monetary Stability Sector, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, which he has been serving for over 35 years. He became Assistant Governor for Monetary Policy and International Operations prior to his appointment as Deputy Governor in 2005. Deputy Governor Gonigundo graduated cum laude at the top of his AB Economics class of 1976 at the University of the Philippines, UP School of Economics. He earned the degree in economics at the London School of Economics as a scholar of the Central Bank of the Philippines. So today po, inaanyayahan ko po si Gov Diwa to share to us, no, yung people's agenda po ng Isang Bayan. Alam ko marami pong naghihintay dyan. So, ayun. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Gov Diwa.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Ibes. Just to clarify, I retired from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas in 2019. That's two years ago, more than 2 years ago. So I'm now a private individual. I still write for 2 newspapers and a member of certain academic institutions and a private corporate in the Philippines. Tayo po ay naging isang convener ng bayan at tayo po ay natutuwa. Ito po ay ating karangalan sapagkat kinakailangan po tumayo ang bawat Pilipino para sa katwiran, katotohanan at katarungan. Ito po ay katungkulan natin para sa iisang bayan na ibinigay sa atin ng ating Panginoon. At this point, I would like to share screen, no? Pwede ba, Ibes?
Pwede po. I believe you are now co-host. Yes. And you should be able to screen share.
Okay. Kita ba?
Yes po.
Okay. This is our people's agenda, no? Which embodies the 9 principles of unity and commitment. Isang Bayan adopted a bottom-up approach to be able to crystallize the aspirations of our people. We held a series of town hall meetings like this and attended by our various chapters here and abroad in the Philippines and outside, as well as other members of this democratic coalition. Now, from these town hall meetings, we extracted the key issues and the areas of concern of our people. And from the grassroots, they are anchored on what our grassroots membership and our people feel about the current situation today. Ano ba ang kailangang gawin? Ano ba ang dapat na ibinabalangkas ng ating pamahalaan o yung susunod nating pamahalaan? Okay. Now we begin this agenda, and I think you can see it on the screen, with a preamble and a leading quote from Pope Francis. Ang sabi po niya rito, rivers do not drink their own water. Trees do not eat their own fruits. The sun does not shine on itself, nor do the flowers spread their fragrance for themselves. Living for others is a rule of nature. We are all born to help each other, no matter how difficult it is. Life is good, but much better than when others are happy because of you. Now, why this preamble and why this quote? Both the preamble of Isang Bayan and the quote are all about living for others. Tapos na po tayo dapat doon sa akin ito, inyo yan, okay? Kinakailangan po magsama-sama tayo. Let us serve the Filipino people. This is the mantra of Isang Bayan. Tapat na pamumuno. With good governance, the people are served and enabled to reach their full potential. Now, indeed, Isang Bayan's ultimate agenda goes beyond the synchronized national and local polls of 2022. Okay? We envision an inclusive, proactive, and unified approach towards nation building even beyond 2022. Kahit na po tayo manalo sa Mayo 2022, kinakailangan po ipagpatuloy natin na itangkilik ang 9 points na ito of our unity and our commitment. So, ngayon po, iisa-isahin po natin, okay? Iisa-isahin po natin ang mga itong binabanggit po natin. And we will begin with number 1, okay? Uphold the sacred right of suffrage through free, fair, and honest elections. Now, in the interest of time, I will go through this very quickly, and then we can discuss the details. No? So, number 1 calls for a free, fair, and honest elections, because we believe that the democratic instrument of change is through the election. Now, if the elections are not free, they are not fair, and they are not honest, the people's mandate, what the people feel, will not be reflected in the ballots. Okay? That's number 1. Okay? Dapat tapusin na natin yung mga dayaan, vote buying, ballot changing, terrorism, etc. Dito po tumatayo ang ating Isang Bayan. Number 2, unite against corruption. Remember that the greatest obstacle to good political governance and functioning economy is corruption. In fact, previously, I think the World Bank estimated that we lose billions and billions of pesos. Hindi lang po 1, 2, 3 billion sa isang taon because of corruption. Okay? We lose tens and tens of billions of pesos to corruption. Maaring umabot pa ho yan sa 100 billion dahil we need to update the previous estimate of the World Bank. Number 3 is uphold the rule of law. Okay? And respect human rights. Mga kapatid, the foundation of good governance and economic progress, okay, is the rule of law and the respect of human rights. Kapag ka ho hindi po nakikita natin na ang pamamayani ng batas at paggalang sa mga karapatang pantao, hindi po tayo magkakaroon ng mabuting pamamahala sa ating pamahalaan. At kapag ka ho hindi nilirespeto ang mga karapatang pantao, napakadali pong mag-land grabbing, squatting, kahit po mga informal settlers, yan po ay sumisira din at lumalabag sa karapatang pantao sapagkat mayroong mga may-ari yung ibang mga lupa na kanilang kinatitirikan ng kanilang mga lupain o kaya kanilang mga bahay. Okay? Number 4, brothers and sisters, we need to defend the sovereignty, sovereign rights, and territorial integrity. The essence of being an independent sovereign state is the territorial integrity. Unfortunately, some foreign powers are impinging on our sovereignty, and this is without the intervention, okay, of our established government. Our government should take a position against these incursions into our territorial integrity. Number 5, mga kapatid, is strengthen the public health system, prioritize resources to solve the pandemic crisis and address the health needs of marginalized sectors. It is important, okay? It is important, especially at this time of the pandemic crisis, that public health is given the priority. Remember, because of the pandemic, even our economy was locked down. We suffered the deepest recession, economic recession since World War II. Many of our people sunk into greater poverty and income inequality. So it is important that the government should focus on public health care, expansion of the tertiary healthcare system, especially in the provinces, okay, so that people do not have to be ferried to Manila to seek medical help. Okay? Number 6 is the promotion of a comprehensive and integrated restructuring of the Philippine economy to achieve sustainable, self-sustaining, and inclusive growth and development. The key words here are sustainable, self-sustaining, and inclusive growth and development. Until recently, okay, we have been able to record more than 20 quarters of sustained economic growth. That was since 2019. Okay? Tapos na po tayo sa bumps and booms sa Pilipinas until this pandemic came. But at the same time, this pandemic unmasked the weaknesses of our economy. So what we need is a very thorough, very comprehensive restructuring of our economy, where market forces and market-based principles of financial and real transactions will be conducted. Isa po ito sa nais nating ipatupad sa isang bayan at kung mananalo po ang ating kandidato pagdating po ng Mayo 2022. Importante po na maibsan ang kahirapan sa ating bansa, ang hindi pagkakapantay-pantay sa mga sinusweldo ng mga tao. Ito po ay maaari naman po nating we can mitigate this very unfortunate situation obtaining in our country today. Okay? Number 7 is the promotion of quality education and cultural values and instill civic duties to strengthen our love for country and inspire social progress. Many people say education is the greatest equalizer. It opens up opportunities for young, talented, gifted students, young students who may not have the means to go through school, especially when they reach the university. It's very difficult and very expensive to send your children to the university in the Philippines. It's very expensive. Of course, we have universal or for education for all. pero hindi po lahat ay nabibigyan ng sapat na oportunidad sapagkat ang kapasidad ng ating mga state colleges and universities is still limited. Okay? At sa pamamagitan po ng edukasyon, we will be able to instill civic duties, love for country, patriotism, the old traditional cultural values that we cherish so much even in the past. Okay? Promotion of social justice and peace anchored on respect of human rights. It is not enough that we have good political governance. It's not enough that we have a good, functioning, inclusive, self-sustaining economy. It is also important that the government should promote social justice and peace for all. Kapag mayroong problema sa kanayunan, if there is no peace in the countryside, there will be problems even in terms of political governance, even in agriculture, as far as the economy is concerned. So it's important that economic growth and development which help promote social justice and peace should be pursued, okay, in a sustainable, self-sustaining, inclusive, and of course, non-inflationary way. And finally, we recognize climate change. We recognize natural calamities, both natural and man-made calamities, especially yung pong mga the deforestation. Kinalbo po ang ating mga gubat sa mga bundok. Mabuti nagkaroon po tayo ng paghinto sa pagkalbo ng ating mga gubat at ngayon makikita natin ay nagkakaroon naman ng kaunting pagberde ang ating mga bulubundukin. So what do we need to do? We need to build resilient communities, communities that would also empower our citizens to help influence policies on people's security, even indigenous peoples, against climate change. So those are the 9 points, okay, of unity and commitment. Tandaan po natin, these are general statements. We are still in the process of translating all of these 9 general principles of unity and commitment into enforceable, implementable platforms of government. Tapos na po, naririto po sa akin, ngunit we are trying to sharpen and compress the specific platforms of government that would correspond to these 9 general principles of unity and commitment. So, Ibes, I will stop there, and perhaps we can have some conversation on these 9 issues of unity and commitment. Thank you very much.
Ayun, maraming salamat po, Gov. Diwa. So I'll turn it over to Kuya Ray to facilitate po yung Q&A natin. Thank you po sa wonderful presentation ng 9 principles of unity and commitment ng isang bayan.
Maraming salamat po again Governor Diwa. I think I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Ray Belen. I'm currently the coordinator of Sambayan USA Chicago. So apology for hindi ko na introduce sa umpisa.
No problem.
But anyway, so i-open na po natin ang ating question and answer, and we would like to ask directly the audience to ask question to sa ating speaker. Kung pwedeng i-turn on ang kanilang audio at saka ang video nila, and then please ask question directly to our speaker. Sinong
Sige po, let's have a conversation. Magtanong po tayo para we also want to get your feedback. We also want to see how you view these 9 principles, so that when we do the more specific platforms of government, we can reflect your views and your feedback on these 9 principles of unity and commitment. Marami pong salamat.
So, sino pong mauna? Wag po tayo mahiya kasi ito po ay talagang para sa atin, ano? At pinag-uusapan, pinag-aaralan ng lahat ng mga member at chapters at gusto nating maidulog ito sa mas malawak nating kababayan. Meron bang magtatanong?
Ako po, may tanong.
Ayan si Kuya Pai.
Ako, si Rafael de la Cruz po, Dr. Gunigundo. Paano po natin itataas ang antas ng pagiging makabayan ng bawat Pilipino? Kasi sa aking palagay, doon po sa mga nangyayari sa China sa pag-okupa sa ating teritoryo, dapat maramihan at malakas ang protesta ang nangyayari. Pero sa nakita po natin ng mga nakakaraang taon, parang hindi gaanong nag-aalala ang mga maraming Pilipino sa pag-okupa ng China sa ating teritoryo. Nisip ko po sana ay paano natin itataas yung antas ng ating pagiging makabayan.
Napakaganda po nung tanong ng ating kasamang si Rafael. Unang-una, ang pagtataas ng kamalayan, the way to increase and elevate the level of consciousness and patriotism of our people is really to show it by example. Unfortunately, the government is not showing that. Okay? The government is not showing that. In fact, we seem to have this culture of acquiescence, this culture of tolerance. Okay, it's as if we allow foreign powers to dictate on our territories. Okay, atin po yun. But even our fishermen are not able to fish in our own waters. So I think our people are looking up to the government. Unfortunately, the leadership is not there, and we don't seem to see a leadership that asserts the sovereignty of the Philippines on these territorial waters and exclusive economic zones. First, that's the first point. The second point is this. I think Isang Bayan has conducted a series of town halls. In fact, meron po tayong continuing engagement with the press on various issues, particularly on territorial integrity. Sa katunayan, kung titignan po natin yung isa dito sa mga binabanggit po natin dito sa ating in the platform of our government is to make sure that we implement. Okay, we put into action the ruling of the courts, of the international courts. Okay, that those territories are ours. Ang problema, siyempre, it should be the government, and we don't see that leadership from our government precisely to implement the ruling of the international court that recognized the sovereignty of the Philippines over those exclusive economic zones and territorial waters. That's the reason why dito po sa ating preamble, sinabi po natin, we see that the May 2022 election is an opportunity for change. Okay? It's an opportunity for change. Tandaan po natin, napakarami pong bansa, lalo-lalo na dito po sa Southeast Asia, because their government provided the right leadership. Their people are also thinking in the same way. Okay. Ngayon, bakit ho natatakot naman yung iba siguro na lumabas at protestahan ang mga issues na ito? Remember that we have the act, yung ATA. This is the Anti-Terrorist Act. Okay? Na konti lamang na ginawa mo o kaya ikaw ay nagsalita laban sa ilang pulisiya, halimbawa ng pamahalaan o kaya ng iba't ibang pulisiya ng iba't ibang departamento sa Pilipinas, you can be branded as a terrorist. In other words, you can be branded or red tagged. Kaya ito pong ATA na to, itong Anti-Terror Act, is also one of our advocacies that this Anti-Terrorist Act should be declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. The problem, of course, is the Supreme Court ruled that some portions are unconstitutional, but for most of those provisions, they were considered by the Supreme Court to be constitutional. So ito po ay I think this is the subject of some motions for reconsideration relative to the decision of the Supreme Court.
Maraming salamat, Rafael, sa iyong question. May question dito sa chat from Hector Ponasier. I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Our current problem right now is the voters were misinformed about the real issue. What is the best approach to address in educating our voters?
Well, Isang Bayan has already we have our own digital warriors, no? In the sense that we are promoting the real news, we are clarifying issues, okay, both on political as well as on economic issues. For example, at the political side, nililinaw natin kung bakit si Marcos Jr. should be disqualified or his certificate of candidacy should be nullified by the Commission on Election. That's politics. Okay? Nililinaw din natin kung bakit ang ACTA ay unconstitutional. That's also on the political side. Nililinaw din natin na kinakailangan ng isang leader na talagang tatayo sa mga dayuhang bansa upang igiit ang ating karapatan sa ating mga exclusive economic zones. That's foreign policy, that's politics. On the economy, okay, nililinaw po natin at marami po tayong miyembro sa Isang Bayan. I, for one, am writing columns for the Manila Bulletin and the Business World. We are clarifying issues on the economy. For example, the issue of Parmali, okay? Imagine, we are in the middle of the pandemic. We have been borrowing billions of dollars abroad only to assign billions of pesos to a very small company which is connected to the palace, okay? And delivering soiled and expired health gadgets and protective gears, okay? Yan ay nililinaw natin because those are also issues of corruption. Our digital warriors are also popularizing some of these columns, some of the views of Isang Bayan in the popular press as well as in the social media. Okay? Sa Facebook po ng ating Isang Bayan. Okay? So, particularly pagdating po ng Enero, full blast po ang lahat ng ating gagawin to clarify issues. We do not want to vote, or we do not want our voters to vote in May 2022 on the basis of fake news. Okay? On the basis of fake news. Alam po natin kung bakit makikita natin sa mga survey, nangunguno pa rin si Marcos Jr. Okay? Why? Because in the last 5 years, he has been busy building up himself in social media. Una, golden years daw ang martial law. Okay? Golden years daw ang martial law. Number 2, hindi daw nagnakaw yung kanyang ama. Mayaman na daw yung kanyang ama before 1965 when he ran for president. Number 3, naniniwala ang mga tao, ibabalik daw ang nakaw na yaman pag si Bongbong Marcos ang nanalo. Okay? Pero hindi naman niya inaamin kung totoo na yung mga yaman na yon ay ninakaw. Sapagkat mga kapatid, in 1965, I think it was former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Maria Sereno, Justice Sereno, who showed that in 1965, Marcos had a declared net asset of 125,000 pesos. Now, how could you afford all of these luxuries and and extravagant spending. If you're only earning 125,000 pesos a year, for example, or your net asset is only 125,000 pesos. So these are the things that we are clarifying to our voters. Okay? What is important is whatever you see doon po sa Isang Bayan, I can assure you, they are real news. They are real information. They are not fake news. So I would appeal to Isang Bayan, USA, to get some of this information, yung po mga pinapadala sa atin, and then ibato po natin yan sa social media. Kung halimbawa, ang ating participants ngayon, 18, sabihin na natin, 20 tayo rito. Tigsa 10 na lamang tayo, edi 200 kagad yun. Kung 100, that's 2,000. And those 2,000 people, may 2 o 3 mga miyembro ng pamilya yan na bumoboto, so 3 times 2,000, 6,000 po yan. But suppose all the chapters of Isang Bayan here and abroad would do that, and all the chapters in the Philippines and member organizations, coalition, will also do that, we would be able to influence more and more people. The point is spread the news. I think that's the word.
Maraming salamat, Hector. Mayroon pa bang mga katanungan na gusto tayong itanong kay Governor Diwa?
Ako meron. Hello,
Sino
good
po
evening.
sila? Hello?
Lester,
Hi,
Isang
Lester.
Bayan, Sokal.
Can you okay.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, magandang umaga po sa Pilipinas yata ngayon. Tanong ko lang po kasi for sa People's Agenda number 6 po sa economic growth po. Alam po natin yung nagdaang mga namumuno sa gobyerno ay pasismo. Lagi po sila nasa side ng mga malalaking negosyante, businessman, over po sa mga workers. Alam naman po natin sa Pilipinas, talamak po ang pasasamantala sa mga workers. Ano po programa ngayon ni Leni para sa mga workers para matiyak na hindi sila ma-exploit, and then po ano yung protection nila pag nakakaroon sila ng mga action o rally para hingin yung mga benefits o mga necessary na kailangan talaga ng mga workers. Alam po natin na talagang ang mga pulisya o mga armed forces of the Philippines always in the sight of the businessman over the Filipino people. So gusto ko lang po iklaro po paano po natin matitiyak yung mga workers natin na ngayon po sila po ay apektado ng pandemya at patuloy na napagsasamantalahan sa kanilang mga trabaho po. Salamat po.
Napakaganda po ng tanong ni kasamang Lester, no? They all boil down to leadership. Okay? Kung ang iboboto ng mga tao ay isang magnanakaw, patuloy na magnanakaw. Okay? At kung ang iboboto natin ay si BP Leni, alam po natin yung kanyang record bilang Vice President, bilang member of the House of Representatives. Napakaraming binabato sa kanya, mga kapatid. Ang hindi lang maibato sa kanya ay ang katiwalian. Okay? I think everything in the book has been thrown at BP Leni except corruption. All right. Ano po ang nakalagay sa ating plataforma de gobyerno tungkol sa ekonomiya? Naririto po yan doon sa aking binasa kanina. Such meaningful and productive growth of the economy, okay? Kung makukuha po natin ang isang very robust economy, should also result in decent work, decenting trabaho, secured employment, merong kasiguruhan. Gusto po natin tapusin na yung mga endo no? Yung endo na yan, yung may end of contract, okay? With adequate compensation levels, so yung ating sweldo, talagang napakababa po ng sweldo sa Pilipinas. Yung pong minimum wage natin ay hindi po makabubuhay kahit na sa 2 lamang mag-asawa, wala pa yung mga anak, okay? That would allow improvements in labor conditions and productivity. Naririto po yan sa ating plataforma. Okay? So gusto natin, magandang ekonomiya, mas maraming trabaho ang mabubuksan, mas magandang kalidad ng trabaho, disente, may seguridad, at medyo mataas ang sweldo. Now, our economic growth strategy should allow us to gradually reduce our reliance on labor export. Kawawa po ang mga Pilipino. Kinakailangan pa bang magtrabaho tayo sa ibang bansa upang mabuhay? Ang gusto po natin ay magkaroon tayo ng malusog na kabuhayan sa Pilipinas para hindi na po magkahiwa-hiwalay ang pamilya natin. Para yung ama ng tahanan, doon na lamang magtatrabaho sa Pilipinas. Okay? So, slowly, we should be able to win away from labor export, yung OFWs po natin, and encourage our migrant workers to return and share their talents and experience to benefit the domestic economy. Okay? Kasi alam po ninyo, may mga graduates po tayo ng Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Meron po tayong Harvard, meron tayong Georgetown. Lahat po yan. Ang nakikinabang ay ibang bansa. Imagine if we can give them the opportunities to work here in the Philippines and start doing IT inventions and improve our digital platforms. Pwede tayo makipagtagisan ng talino sa ibang bansa, mga kapatid. Okay? In the process, we shall have targeted promotion even of marginalized sectors. Kaya kahit na po yung mga nandun po sa tinatawag na laylayan, in the margins of society, BP Leni should be able to speak with a voice. Kasi ngayon po, busy siya sa pagtulong doon po sa nasalanta ng UDEP. Samantalang yung ibang kandidato, nagpa-party. Okay? Unfortunately.
Maraming salamat, Lester, sa
Salamat po.
iyong tanong. Makikihalo din ako sa tanong kasi meron ako specific na katanungan kay Governor Diwa. And this is in regards to yung pag-address ng ng question ng kapayapaan sa peace question and addressing the root cause of the armed conflict sa Pilipinas, and kung paano sisimulan at paano i-address yung mga question na tutungkol doon sa roots of the problem na pinagsimulan noon.
Yeah. Yung pong katanungan ni kasamang Ray, no? Nandiyan po yan sa number 8. Okay? Promote social justice and peace. Ano po nakalagay dito? We are therefore committed to the attainment of a just, pantay, no? Makatwiran, and lasting peace, predicated on addressing the root causes of armed conflicts in progress as well as full respect for people's rights through the resumption. Ipagpapatuloy po natin. And conclusion, kinakailangan tapusin. Ipagpatuloy, tapusin of a transparent and participatory peace process. What is the root cause of armed conflicts? Kahirapan, katiwalian sa gobyerno, okay? Kawalan ng katarungan. Yung mga mahihirap, inaapi, okay? Yung mga walang bahay, talaga pang kinukuha pa yung bahay nila, okay? Yun namang magsasaka, inaagawan ng lupa. Since the beginning, even during the Spaniards, kung atin pong makikita, bagamat sinisikil yung ating pampulitikang karapatan ng mga Kastila dahil sila'y naririto, dahil sila yung kolonyalistang kapangyarihan sa Pilipinas, mas matindi yung dinadanas na kahirapan ng ating mga kababayan dahil doon sa kahirapan ng buhay. Ganon din yung pagpapatuloy noong dumating na yung mga Amerikano, dumating na yung mga Hapon. Kaya yung dating Hukbalahap, naging New People's Army yan. Okay? Na iba yung kanilang ideolohiya, at nakita natin hanggang ngayon, even today, the left continues to flourish because oppression is still here. Okay? Because some powers continue to take advantage of the people's rights and the people's opportunity to make a living for themselves. That's the reason why you have armed conflicts. Doon naman sa South, ito naman ay issue ng territory at saka ng pananampalataya, relihiyon. Gusto ng ating mga kapatirang Muslim, magkaroon din sila ng kapangyarihan at karapatan na pamunuan yung kanilang sarili. Of course, we can settle for autonomy but not independence. Okay? Because we are one country. We cannot allow the dismemberment of our territories into grupo to ng mga Ilocano, grupo to ng mga Ilonggo, ng mga Tagalog, ng mga Muslim. Hindi po tayo pwede yun. We are a multiracial, multilingual, and multi-religious community. At ang importante is unity in diversity. Kaya po ang ating gusto rito, magkaroon po tayo ng meaningful, just, and lasting peace process. And hopefully, wala namang agenda si BP Leni dito sa mga bagay nito, mga kapatid. Ang importante rito ay maipagpatuloy yung mga napasimula na. Panahon pa yan nila FBR, nila Presidente Fidel Ramos. Maraming mga political pressures, political agenda ang iba't ibang mga tao dito po sa ating bayan. Kaya po nahihinto. Kahit po yung mga leaders, they also sell their members. Okay? Kaya laging nauuntol ang mga peace process at hindi natatapos. So hopefully, under the new dispensation, we should be able to come up with a just and lasting peace process. Something that is more transparent, open to people, nothing to hide, because it is the welfare, the general welfare of our people that is at stake here. Without peace, there's no economic development, there's no economic growth. Political governance will fail if there is no peace.
Maraming salamat po, Governor Diwa. We will only have one more question kasi si Governor Diwa have some commitment also na after this event.
I will still preach in my church.
Yes. So, kung sino pang gusto magtanong na ating last na katanungan, at kung wala naman, and then we can wrap up na sa ano.
O parang may dalawa. Kuya Ray.
Ibes, pwede mo ibigay sa kanila yung aking Yahoo, yung aking email. If you have questions, please direct it to me, and I will answer them.
Okay.
So, okay na ano ba?
Meron pa? Sige,
yung ano po. Sige,
one.
yung isa po. Ito yung tungkol po dun sa with parang yung mga fears with yung credibility ng upcoming elections, knowing na crony ni Duterte yung isa sa mga I think yung F2 Logistics na in charge sa logistics ng election. May tanong po rito with regards to inviting international press, journalists, or even observer, no, for the upcoming election. Siguro part na rin ng programa ng upholding the sacred right to suffrage.
Yes.
Oo. Meron po bang ganyang plano ang isang bayan?
Well, number one, totoo na pinag-uusapan sa conveners group ng isang bayan kung paano natin madadala rito ang international press so that any attempt to subvert the people's will through the ballot will be avoided. That's number one. Number two, we are also raising issues, several issues with COMELEC with respect to the conduct of election. Okay? Number three, doon lamang po sa ating mga chapters sa Pilipinas, we can cover all the regions, okay? And provinces. But we also have faith-based organizations. Doon po sa Intercessor for the Philippines, which I also am a member of, they are composed of 7,000 churches in the Philippines. So meron po tayong mga mata at tainga hanggang sa precinct level. Okay? At kung sasamahan pa yan ng iba pa nating mga NGOs at saka chapters ng ating isang bayan, ay makakasiguro tayo na andun po ang bawat isa sa atin. At we are preparing dito po sa we are preparing for the eventuality nito pong ating eleksyon. Kasi kapag alam nila na nagbabantay, medyo magdadalawang isip yan. Ang problema lamang po natin na ito, vote buying. Okay? Nasabi nila na noong pong nagkaroon ng caravan sa Quezon City, akala mo napakadami. Okay? Ang katotohanan po yan, ito ay tiningnan nung ilang po natin mga kapatiran. Okay? Ano po ang nangyari dito? Okay? Binigyan po ng from 2,000 to 5,000 pesos yung pong mga motorista tsaka yung pong mga kotse. At pag tiningnan po niyo yung mga kotse, nag-iisa lamang yung driver, walang kasama. But they occupied the 8 lanes of Commonwealth Avenue. So kung okupado yan, yung ibang mga sasakyan hindi makakaraan, di ba? Tapos yung mga tao na hindi makakuha ng sasakyan naglalakad. It's as if you had a big crowd associated with the Bongbong and Sara Caravan. That's one. Two, doon po sa Iloilo, may report po tayo natanggap sa isang bayan that one of the branches of a big bank, I think, had received between 8 to 900 million pesos for distribution to 58 municipalities, no? To the mayors of 58 municipalities in Iloilo. Magkakano? I think 50 million. Okay. Ito po ang kalaban natin sa eleksyon na to. Yung pong salapi. At yan ay malalabanan lamang natin sa pamamagitan ng vigilance. Okay? That whenever the instances of vote buying should be reported immediately. O kaya kuhanan ng picture kung meron tayong makikita and then expose in social media at ipagbigay po alam natin sa ating dito po sa ating sa isang bayan, no, headquarters, and we will take it up either with COMELEC or with the proper courts.
Once
Okay.
again, maraming salamat Governor Diwa. Maraming salamat din sa mga nag-participate ngayong gabi. Please don't leave. Meron pa tayong mensahe from Senator De Lima na i-preview natin right after this question and answer. Also our calls on the ongoing campaign ni BP Lenny about supporting the victim of the Odette typhoon. So please stay on and pakinggan natin
Okay,
ang
so
message.
magpapasalamat na po ako and I will be zooming out. Maraming salamat po for engaging with me and allowing me the opportunity to explain the Isang Bayan 9 points of unity, 9 principles of unity and commitment. Pagpalain po tayong lahat ng ating Panginoon. Praise God.
Thank you po,
Salamat
Gov.
po.
Diwa.
Start na yung
Magandang gabi, Isang Bayan USA. To the organizers, thank you so much for doing this. Salamat din po sa inyong lahat na narito ngayon. I am glad of this initiative for consensus building. It's good to know that patriotic Filipinos, wherever they are in the world, all feel the same urgency to decisively act now as we should for the 2022 national and local elections, and understand the tremendous importance of our coming together, united and strong. Because frankly, the future of our country is on the line. May mga panahon na sapat nang bumoto lang. Napakiramdam natin, nagawa na natin ang ating tungkulin sa bayan sa panahon ng eleksyon sa pagsuporta at pagboto ng nararapat na kandidato. Pero sa dalawang nakalipas na eleksyon, nakita nating hindi na sapat ang bumoto lang. Kailangan nating tumaya sa proseso at magpakita ng puwersa. Kailangan nating lumabas at magboluntaryo para sa ating kandidato. Kailangan nating mangampanyang lahat at ipanalo ang laban para sa ating bayan at mga kababayan. We are dealing now with the reality that traditional politics and political dynasties in the country are having a strong resurgence. Ang mga trapo at ganid sa kapangyarihan dito sa Pilipinas ay sabay-sabay na ngayong tumatakbo, hindi lang sa mga baluarte nila sa lokal at probinsya, kundi hanggang sa nasyonal. They are weaponizing all social media platforms to spread lies and disinformation at an exponential rate. They revise truth and history and replace them with their own indeodorized, nay bastardized versions. They viciously attack political dissenters like me and several others using digital mercenaries with the single aim of destroying any opposition to their shameless abuse of power, massive corruption, and treasonous leaning to China. Kailangan nating magsalita, makialam, at manindigan sa eleksyong ito. Ang pananahimik ay pagkonsinti. Ang pag-iwas ay pag-atras. Walang kami at kayo, kundi tayo. Mahusay man ang ating mga programa at dalisay ang ating mga pangarap para sa bayan, mabibigo tayong isakatuparan ito kung hindi tayo magwawagi sa balota. But in order to win the ballots, we need first to win in the battle of narratives. Our people's agenda is our narrative, and all of us should be its storytellers as we speak truth to power, boldly charting our collective destiny as a freedom-loving and God-fearing nation. I am now into my 5 years behind bars for speaking up against the war on drugs and because of trumped-up charges and personal and political vendetta by President Duterte. Ito na rin ang panlimang taon kong magdiriwang ng Pasko dito sa PNP Custodial Center. Opo, panlimang taon na. Itong huling 2 taon sa ilalim ng pandemya ay sobrang hirap dahil hindi ko makasama ang mga staff, kaibigan, at maraming mahal sa buhay kahit sa Kapaskuhan. Dumami ang pagbabawal at tumindi lalo ang panggigipit sa akin. Pero wala akong hindi iindahin, manumbalik lamang ang totoong hustisya at demokrasya sa bansa. Manumbalik lamang ang tapat, mahusay, at matinong pamamahala sa gobyerno. At isa kayo at ang inyong suporta sa pinaghuhugutan ko ng lakas. Maraming salamat sa inyo sa pagtataya at pagboboluntaryo. Salamat sa patuloy niyong pagmamahal sa ating bansa. Mabuhay kayo at binabati ko rin kayo at ang inyong pamilya ng Merry Christmas. Muli, maraming salamat, Isang Bayan, USA. Magandang gabi, Isang Bayan.
Ayun. So, hello po. So, hindi po magtatapos ang gabi natin no, nang wala po tayong mga calls to action. Alam ko, konti man tayo sa call na ito, pero malaki po yung coverage natin. No? Meron pong mga present dito galing sa, sabi si Kuya Ray at yung ibang mga kasamahan natin sa Chicago and Midwest. Nandito po yung mga tiga New Jersey at New York. Yung mga nasa Southern California, Washington, Oregon, no? May namintisan ba ako dyan? So tuloy-tuloy po ang pag-oorganisa natin. Kailangan po talaga sa darating na eleksyon ay hindi lang kumilos kundi maging organisado tayo. Kaya ine-encourage po namin kayo na sumama at sumali sa Isang Bayan USA, no? Nandiyan po yung link, bit.ly isama ako or one sama ako. Sa mga susunod na buwan po, magkakaroon po ng ang mga chapters po ng Isang Bayan ay nakikipagtulungan sa iba pang mga organizations na nagkakampanya kay VP Lenny, no, para sa mga caravans. Marami diyang nagpapalugaw or nagpa-fundraising para sa mga lugaw events sa Pilipinas. So let us know po if you want to coordinate or collaborate po sa mga upcoming caravans, no. Binabati namin yung successful caravan, no, sa Chicago nung December 5 at yung caravan po sa New Jersey nung December 12, no. So tuloy-tuloy po tayo para ma-generate po yung visibility, and in the next few months po o-organize na rin po kami ng mga training on how do we mobilize voters, no, in the next few months, kasi yun po talaga magiging labanan natin, no, is yung how many votes can we mobilize both here in the US and at the same time with their families back home sa Pilipinas, no. As yung huli po, spread the word po about Isang Bayan USA. We're looking forward to collaborating with, you know, many organizations sa mang part ng US. Ayun. So, Kuya Ray, baka yung yung sa donation.
Next slide.
Mula po kahapon, patuloy ang pag-monitor natin sa mga nangyayari on the ground at ang pinsalang dala ng bagyong Odette. Starting today, pwede na pong mag-drop off ng mga in-kind donations dito. We have also partnered with Tanging Yaman Foundation para sa cash donations mula sa mga gustong tumulong. Mula po kahapon, patuloy.
Kagaya po na nasabi, the Sambayan USA will be coordinating with VP Lenny and Sambayan Philippines in terms of providing support dun sa napinsala ng Typhoon Odette. Ito po yung mga link na pwedeng mapagpadalhan ng suporta galing dito. Ang mga pangangailangang urgent na kailangan ng mga napinsala ay mga blanket, hygiene items, bottled water, face mask, alcohol, rice, ready to eat food. So but I think mas practical siguro kung magpadala tayo ng ng financial na suporta, and Tanging Yaman link and also QR codes are here. We will be sharing this sa aming Facebook page also, and you can access that doon sa So sa panahong ito ngayon, hindi lamang sa election tayo dapat mag-focus, kundi bigyang daan natin ang pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan sa Pilipinas, lalo na sa panahon ng napinsala. So marami pong salamat. Last Ibes, meron ka bang
Yeah, siguro announcement na lang po, yung mga national town halls po ng Isang Bayan ay gaganapin na po every month, no, para makapag-provide po ng updates, no, sa makapag-provide tayo ng update sa mga issue, sa mga nagaganap sa Pilipinas, makapag-conduct ng education, and at the same time makapag-raise po tayo ng promote po tayo ng mga plano natin, no, mga upcoming activities natin. So yung dates po, mark your calendars for our national town halls, no. So ngayon po December 18, International Migrants Day din po ngayon. Ang susunod po ay sa January 15, February 19, March 19 and April 2, no. Sinisikap po natin na i-maximize ang mga national town halls to provide opportunity, yun nga, to raise awareness and have educational discussions, and at the same time share, no, yung mga upcoming activities natin at mga plano. So alam ko po marami pang nagpaplano po ng mga caravans in the next few months. No, I know dito sa New Jersey may mga pinaplano sa Union County, sa Bergen County, no, in coordination with many organizations like the United for Lenny. Ano pa ba? Ayun, and then stay tuned po for information on how yung pagko-conduct po namin ng voter get out to vote training sessions, no, starting January. At yung mga major mobilizations po sa elections habang papalapit yung araw ng or yung buwan ng election, kasi isang buwan po ang election para sa atin dito sa overseas Filipinos from starting April 9. So yun lang po. Thank you. Please stay in touch po with Sambayan News.
At ang last kong remind, we are on live stream. Pwede nyo i-share ang ating live stream links sa sa mga kaibigan, sa mga kababayan dito sa US, yung mga hindi naka-attend dito ngayon, at makapanayam o makaisa natin sila sa discussion na ginawa natin ngayon. So without further ado, dito nagtatapos ang ating town hall meeting, at we're hoping to see you again to our next town hall this coming January. Marami pong salamat.
Thank you.
Salamat sa